What's good, people? Kodak Black's interview with Ebro on Hot 97 was a very good example of how you can't let people trick you off the streets. From the gate, you could tell Ebro was up to something. From the gate, you could tell Ebro was plotting. I'ma get into all the details, so make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification button right now. Like I said, you could tell Ebro was up to something from the way he started off the interview. Kodak Black had all rights to walk off. He didn't have to answer any of the questions. That's what I tell people when I interview them. You don't have to answer these questions, all right? Same thing with Vlad TV, even though he 12. You ain't gotta answer them questions. But for Ebro to start off the interview telling Kodak, oh, I ain't even want to interview you because your last interview with the ski mask on, I was like, I ain't with this shit. Come on, bro. Don't start the interview off like that, because that's bad energy off top. You feel me? And then to speak on him getting locked up for allegedly smoking weed in front of his son on the Instagram, that's not really what it was for. You know, that was one of the charges that they tried to put on him, but it was deeper than that, right? So off top, I already knew Ebro was up to something. You know what I mean? Because that's not how you start off an interview with someone that you want to get good content from. You know what I'm saying? Positive content from. You know? He's a young man. He's 21. 21 years old. Now, this interview, 17 minutes long. So he starts off with the book. You know, he starts off kind of funny, but Kodak stays in the paint and he answers the questions the correct way. He ain't no emotions involved. You know what I mean? I was proud of that. I was proud of that moment. Remember, he's young. This is Kodak. Broward County, you know what I mean? People call you a cracker in a second. You get it. So they make it all the way through the interview to 15 minutes. About 15 minutes into the interview, Ebro brings up this sexual assault charge that Kodak is facing. You know, he's facing about 30 years for this, right? For those of you who do not know about this charge, this was a case from February 2016 at the Comfort Inn Suites in Florence County, South Carolina. A girl alleged that after a show at the Treasure City nightclub, you know, she was sexually assaulted, allegedly, and she reported it to the nurse the next day. Now, these are allegations, you know. It's not set in stone. We don't know nothing. We don't know anything about it. These are alleged charges that he has to go face the judge, you know what I mean? And at that time, we'll see the, you know, the details. But, I mean, what, you trying to sick the Me Too movement after this kid? You know what I mean? You're innocent until proven guilty. Let's remember that, people, all right? He's a young man facing all these. He just came home. He just came home from all these other charges, like back to back to back. You keep facing stuff. And then now here's this one last thing he has to get rid of. Once he gets rid of this, he has no problem, no issues. He literally can be free as the bird, or flap his wings, as he was saying. You know what I mean? Now, soon as Ebro brings this case up, you could tell the whole vibe just switch. And like I said before, you don't have to answer any of these questions, people. He ain't answered the question. He turned his head, looked at Rosenberg, and Rosenberg, little stupid ass, gonna respond about some moon landing, which was totally like, come on, bruh. So that just pissed him off even more, to the point where he was like, look, if y'all ain't trying to, you know what I mean, talk about nothing I'm trying to talk about, bro, I'm just gonna leave. You feel me? And he takes a second to explain to them why he's mad. And he has all rights to explain this. And he was truthful. Like, when stuff happens, the media tends to only play on the bad stuff. And they entice it. And they blow it up and make it bigger and bigger. And that's what Ebro was trying to do. He was trying to get a reaction from Kodak. You know what I mean? He didn't get the reaction he wanted. At the same time, he got a reaction. You know what I mean? And that's all Ebro cares about. That's how petty Ebro is. You dig? But what I can say is the way Kodak went about it, I mean, it wasn't wrong. Just get up and leave. You know what I mean? There's no need to stay there when somebody is trying to jeopardize your whole, you know, your whole character, your whole brand, like everything about you. You know what I mean? So what I'm going to do for you is play this snippet real quick. I want you to comment below. Should Kodak Black have walked out of the interview, or should he have answered the questions? Let me know. It's your boy, I am Super Sean. This is Famous Before the Fame podcast. Make sure y'all follow us on Instagram. Peace.
Look, man, at this point, it's a pleasure to meet you, man. You know, looking at all your cases and everything you've been through, and I know the recent one right now is very sensitive. And with respect to, you know, everybody involved in that case, you know, we can't get into details today. But, you know, we take sexual assault here serious. And we can't, you know, get into details, but we hope, you know, to have you back so we can have a deeper conversation about that because, you know, this is a serious topic. And we're hearing these stories a lot. You seem upset that I brought it up.
I feel like sometimes when niggas like be going through shit, like y'all be entertained by bullshit. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. So it's like change the subject. I'm finna walk out.
We don't have to talk about nothing else. We could be done right here.
All right, I'm gone.
I don't know. People don't tell me what to talk about on my show.
That's a bummer.